Well, Peter, welcome to the program. Always appreciate your time, and I guess a tough time at the moment for farmers with this dry weather. We know how it's affected the Tasman district.
Yeah.
What about elsewhere?
I think, Mark, what we're seeing is dry in large parts of the country at the moment, which is certainly affecting prices, particularly for store stock, and farmers starting to destock. I was talking to some of our South Island managers this morning, and as I said, there's some of the big lamb sales in the South Island now. Prices come back, $10 to $15 than what it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. So yeah, a bit of pressure coming on the systems. But I suppose we can't do much about the weather. But if we think about the fires in Nelson, who would have thought we would have been looking at fires in New Zealand similar to what we've seen in Australia in the past? So I know a number of our clients weren't affected badly, but had minor effect up around the Nelson area. So our thoughts are with people that are dealing with those sorts of things. It's certainly difficult times.
So basically the farmers have decided that they're going to run out of feed, I suppose, even though they're pretty well stocked at the moment after December's rain and great conditions. But now they're deciding that to let go of their stock, and this has caused a sort of drop in price.
Yeah, it has, Mark. I mean, we've always thought that there'd be a time when farmers would decide to sell stock. The freezing works are probably full to capacity at the moment. Store stock that's not going to be finished. Farmers making good decisions about, if I'm not going to be able to feed them, I'll move them now. But it does obviously affects price when you've got a lot more stock coming into the market than what you've got buyers for that stock. But we're still managing to sell it and move it into areas where there is still feed. So still encourage farmers that have got stock to sell to contact their local agent and see what we can do, because I'm sure there's still pockets around the country that are buying, that's for sure. Are
trading patterns changing?
Yeah, they have a little bit, I think, in the last few weeks. I think farmers, as your comment earlier about the dry weather affecting feed, the amount of feed available, I think what farmers are doing is thinking, well, I now have to reassess my feed position. What's it going to look like in a month's time? So rather than waiting until they do run out of feed, what do they need to do doing it now? But yeah, there is a slight change in trading patterns, and I think that part of that is just simply driven by the weather. Now,
the MBovis eradication program seems to be progressing well, beef particularly not being affected by it at the moment, which is good news for the beef farmers. What are your thoughts on that and where it's at?
Yeah, I think we are making good progress, Mark. I mean, it's one of those diseases that we won't know for some time that whether we've eradicated or how much progress we're making. But if you look at the latest milk test results, no real surprises in there. Still got a number of farms that are infected, but they're managing it. I think a comment made this morning by, again, one of our regional managers was, farmers are getting their heads around how to manage it and what the risks are. So that's a good thing for the industry, because the farmers start to think about managing it in their day-to-day business, and that will make life a lot easier, but also I think will make eradication better as well.
Now, health and safety is something you wanted to chat about, and obviously there's been a number of accidents over the last few months that have been somewhat alarming, and it's not a good trend.
Yeah, I think in our rural agriculture, or rurally generally, we've had a bad record so far this year. I think if you include a couple of drownings on farms and some quad bike accidents, I think there's probably five fatalities so far this year, which is a pretty appalling record really in agriculture. And I think we've had an attitude often in agriculture that this is the way we've always done it, she'll be right. I think we've got to work hard to try and just change those attitudes a little bit. One of the fatalities was the son of one of our clients in the Hawke's Bay area. Very sad for the family and sad for the agent that went and saw that family. So I think we just have to maybe take a step back and just say, ultimately we have to do better in that space. I mean, in PGG Wrightson's, our motto is we want everyone to go home every day safe, and it's very important to do that. And I think that in our rural sector generally, we just have to think about how do we actually improve the culture or change our thinking around it. I know it's a tough ask, and I know we deal with animals every day. We're riding bikes on hill country every day, but is there ways to do it? And I think sometimes it's just a matter of stop and think before you actually act.